Hi guys, my name is Harmony, and recently my partner Alex and I just bought a cabin in the forest, or a cottage, whatever you want to call it. So this cabin series has fundamentally been about moving to the cabin, getting set up, turning it into an Airbnb, and today we've landed at the fun part, and that is finally getting to decorate the cottage and put everything in place. So when we bought the place, I'll show you really quickly, this is kind of what it looked like. So as you can see, it has great bones, it has excellent lighting, high ceilings, but it was just kind of drab because the previous owners had a ton of oversized furniture that was bulky, didn't fit, etc. and so forth. So initially, before we took over the property, we went to IKEA, we bought secondhand, we sourced all of the stuff while we were still in Vancouver that we would bring to the cottage. So we had it stored in our office. Amongst the rest of our house. But then there was the matter of actually kind of getting everything in place and making it happen. Okay, so this is the before. Looking pretty all right. So if you're new here, basically I'm gonna show you a couple different ideas for decorating a cottage cabin space, as well as just kind of taking you along on the journey. So there will be tips and tricks about how to decorate your cabin, but we have to go with the story as it unfolded. So if you watched the last vlog, you'll know that we had all of our friends out and it was a bit hectic. After they left, it was time to get to work. So to start this project and kick it off right, we were off to Home Depot because that's where projects take flight, you know what I mean? Luckily for this project, it wasn't just me and my partner Alex. We were blessed with having the help of my best friend Pat and his wonderful partner Arby. So we had hands on deck to dive right in. Hat is backwards.
That's such a that's such a Rick thing to do.
Put your hat on backwards.
He's like time to work. Flips the hat.
Now the first most obvious area that we felt we can make a real impact on the space is just changing up the paint color in the main living room. So my first cottage decor tip is use paint to make a big impact. And this may seem obvious, but when you have a place like this with high ceilings and with a lot of exposed timber, wood, and beams, white is only gonna brighten up the space, but you could use darker colors to make it more moody, but we chose white because we really wanted the beams and the woodwork to pop, and we wanted to make the ceiling seem even higher than it was. The brown that they had initially is so I don't know, it just felt dated, it felt builder grade, and it felt really early 2000s, so we wanted to get away from that aesthetic and make it more minimal Scandinavian style kind of feeling. If you've never painted before, start with patching any holes in the walls and then sanding it down so it's flush. Next, you're gonna wanna do the trim around all of your window openings and things like that. And then once the trim is done, you can start filling in the paint with rollers.
Looking over my shoulder, it's past time, won't help me getting over it.
Painting today, Alex is getting going on the queue. Hey. Hey guys.
Hi.
How goes it?
So far, it's straightforward.
2.
Day 2.
Last night we got up there, but not fully. And we're hoping to finish today. Okay, so we're making progress up here, as you can see, started going on that end. And over here we've done 2 coats. I've done 2 coats over on this one. Up there, I've done 2 coats on the bottom half, but.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm very sick of painting, I'm not gonna lie. It's like, these top crevices are just trash. I have paint on my nose. Not fun, you know? It's crazy because Alex, you're 6 feet and it makes you look so small. Gina. Gina, you fucking bitch. 2 days. A finished product. Looks clean. My next tip is to pick a palette and stick to it. So when you're thinking about all the furniture and decor pieces that you're gonna bring into your space, like for example, we tried to go with a lot of like bleached lighter woods, and in all the pieces, like the side tables, the dining table, chairs, we wanted to keep that same theme. We carried this over, even though we had a darker couch that was gray, we wanted to pull a lot of like kind of soft sand colors for pillows and as well as the wall decor. Which leads to my next tip. So make your space visually interesting with like wall art and things like that. And when you're choosing pieces to maybe do a gallery wall or just like artifacts to kind of place up and make the walls a little bit more interesting, choose things that match the aesthetic of the environment that your cabin or cottage is in. So for us, our place is in the desert, so we tried to choose prints and things that really brought the outside in and reminded people of the area where they were staying. I also really like gallery walls because they're a great way to just kind of draw the eye up. Like we definitely could have gone much higher on the wall with this gallery art, but we decided to just kind of keep it simple. But yeah, there's tons of vertical space that we could have used to really draw the eye up and make the space feel even taller. My next tip is that plants make a huge difference in any space. So at home in our space, we have a ton of live plants, but with a cottage or a cabin, chances are you're not there all the time, or perhaps like us, you have an Airbnb. So for this, using fake plants is a great way to make the space feel a lot more alive and to bring the outdoors in. So we actually sourced a lot of our fake plants at IKEA. We found that they had the best price point as well as the most realistic looking quality fake plants. Finally, make sure when you're decorating your space, you have fun with it. For us, the project was just as satisfying as the result. We took, in between we played games and had beautiful dinners, and with a cottage or a cabin space, that's what it's all about. It's about having a good time with the people you love, and hopefully if you're doing an Airbnb like us, sharing that same experience with others. So make sure to put care into your design in the process, because people will feel that and really resonate with it. So yeah, make it personal, make it fun, make it unique, and those are kind of my tips. Once it was all done and we finally got the place together, I was faced with a new challenge. The moment of truth is here. It's time to finally write the Airbnb description and get this listing up, because it is mid-July. If we don't book this place, we can't afford to pay the mortgage, so I gotta actually get the listing up. Really take time to create moments in the space. So what I mean by that is each corner should kind of feel like its own moment. So somebody could sit there and look aesthetic in a photo, and it would look styled. So we really tried to make each and every little corner kind of have these little moments. And that's helpful because when people are on vacation, they're more drawn to places where they can picture themselves being. And who doesn't want to sit in a beautifully aesthetic little area? Just something to think about. Hi. And my final kind of reflection, this is the first time I've been alone in the house and not been working and people haven't been here, that I've had time to mentally reflect and process everything that's happened in the past 2 weeks. Because it was just kind of bought the house, buy all the stuff, go, 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 go. And I haven't had time to actually sit with what's happening by myself and kind of be what does this mean to me? But I guess in summary, it's just kind of it's surreal, because I'm this is ours? I'm this thing, I'm so proud of it because it looks so good. We did it on a budget, everything in here we curated from different sources, and it wasn't super expensive. Like, well, the house is obviously very expensive, but like the decor, like all the things, like we didn't drop like thousands of dollars to make it happen. Like a lot of the furniture is used, and the stuff that wasn't, you know, we found good deals on. And yeah, it's just crazy because this is like all ours now, and it's like, what? So although there's still a bunch of projects that we want to take on with the cabin, like doing the bedrooms and the guest house, I hope that these tips are things that anybody can implement, and it's a great place to start, whether you're decorating a cabin on a budget or maybe it's your home, but hopefully these tips helped. If you have any questions, please leave them below and I answer everybody in the comment section. And if you want to check out the rest of the cabin series, I will link that below because we go through the whole process. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.